Hi there, this is Carrie from Panther. In this video, I'm going to give you a step-by-step guide on how to configure CloudTrail logs in Panther so you can monitor platform-wide API calls made in your AWS accounts. Panther's native data transport mechanism for AWS supports reading from S3 buckets, SQS queues, and CloudWatch logs. The configuration process involves two steps. First, we'll configure CloudTrail logs to send to an S3 bucket, and then we'll onboard that S3 bucket into Panther by providing the required permissions to receive event notifications and start pulling logs. I have my own AWS console pulled up so you can follow along. Let's get started. After signing into your console, navigate to CloudTrail and click the Create Trail button in the middle of your screen. Here we'll provide the needed details to start sending CloudTrail logs to an S3 bucket. Give your trail a descriptive name and select a destination bucket. You can either create a new bucket or send your trail to an existing one. I'm going to onboard an existing bucket since I centralize all of my account security logging in one bucket already. You can optionally set a prefix which organizes your new trail under a nested key. Additionally, you can enable server-side KMS encryption, which encrypts your S3 objects for added security. I'll create a new encryption key and call it test. You can keep the rest of the default fields on the screen and click next. In the next view under events, you can select the specific CloudTrail event types you want to log. I'm only going to enable management events for now, but you can always go back and edit this, since Panther can ingest all three of these types. Click next, and take a moment to review your details. Once everything looks good, click Create Trail. Your trail has now been created and is sending events to your S3 bucket, and you can now configure this S3 bucket to send events to Panther. I've returned to my Panther console and I'm in the Log Sources view located under Configure. I can click on this S3 button to start the onboarding. Under Basic Information, give your S3 source a name and provide your account ID and the name of the bucket to pull from. Since we enabled KMS key encryption, I'm also going to provide my KMS ARN so that Panther can decrypt the logs. You can keep log stream type set to lines, which just means that each streaming event is line delimited. Provide Panther with the prefix if you have one, otherwise you can leave this field blank. Next, you'll add a schema to your log source. Schemas tell Panther's parsing engine how to structure and type your data as JSON, and you can select our pre-built CloudTrail schema. Hit Continue Setup. Panther provides both CloudFormation and Terraform templates, which will 1. Create the IAM role for Panther to pull from your S3 bucket, and 2. Enable event notifications to be sent to an SQS queue in your Panther instance's single-tenanted AWS account. You can deploy this via the AWS console or via the command line. I'm going to use my console. Click on Launch Console UI and you'll see the CloudFormation module has been pre-populated with the necessary values. You don't need to change anything on this screen, so check the blue box and hit Create Stack. This should only take a minute or two. Once the stack has been deployed, click the Outputs tab and copy the role ARN. Back in our S3 source setup, paste the role ARN you just copied and click Continue Setup. After Panther's finished verifying the source, you can optionally set an alarm in case Panther stops receiving log events from this bucket. Otherwise, you're done. To learn more about Panther integrations, features, and configuration options, please visit our documentation at docs.panther.com. Thanks for watching.